Here are all the horror movies that released this week and where you can watch them. Okay, so this did not end up being the video that I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to give away spoilers in this and say what happened. However, if you have seen the original Speak No Evil and know how that ends, then this might kind of be a spoiler, so fair warning to leave if you want. The reason I say that video is not what I expected it to be is I made that video going in with the intention that I was going to feel numb and the ending was going to be bleak as fuck and disturbing like the original was, and it simply was not. I said this. I fucking said this. When this remake was announced like end of 2022, early 2023, I made a TikTok about it. And I specifically said I am always skeptical about Americans remaking foreign horror because we simply do not go as balls to the wall as other countries do. At least when it comes to mainstream horror, we simply are not as ruthless or as fucked up as other countries are when they make horror movies. And I'm sorry, but I was absolutely fucking right about that. The ending of the original Speak No Evil is one of my favorite endings in a horror movie ever because I personally prefer an ending like that. An ending that makes you sit there for like 10 minutes at the end wondering what the fuck you just watched, wondering how to go on. It's bleak, it's unnerving, it's fucking downright hopeless. Like, the ending of this movie is what makes it memorable. That's kind of the whole point. So that's what I was expecting out of this, which, yes, it's a remake. Maybe I shouldn't be comparing or expecting anything, but god damn it came out 2 years after the original. Of course I'm gonna fucking compare it. If this was an original movie, or had I not seen the original and knew the original ending, this movie would have been fucking impeccable. If they kept the rest of this movie, but made it the ending of the original movie, this would be a 10 out of fucking 10. It would be my favorite of the year. They didn't, and I am so sad about it. Now, casual audiences that haven't seen the original or simply don't care about the original ending or just don't care about endings like that in general, they're gonna eat this movie up. And that's totally fine. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm just disappointed that they didn't push the boundary. Like, I was really just hoping to see an American mainstream horror movie push that fucking envelope, and it simply didn't. Again, the ending is just personal preference. Like, if we completely take that out of it and don't compare, I think this was a phenomenal movie. I think James McAvoy is the greatest actor of our generation, and his fucking performance in this is top tier. If you're wondering how it compares to the original, yes, the parents still make stupid decisions, but at least in this one they put up more of a fight, which almost makes me more disappointed that they changed the ending because I think that would have made it even more painful. Other than the ending, the main story is very similar to the original one. However, I think this one is more well-paced. Like, all the events leading up to the climax make you feel uncomfortable, and it's supposed to. You're supposed to feel that way. So they did a great job with that, and of course, like, James McAvoy to me was the standout. He was the star, but all the performances in this movie were phenomenal. Overall, I don't want you guys to think that my beginning rant about this made me not like this movie because I still give this an 8 out of 10. Again, just based on personal preference, I'm really upset and disappointed that they decided to change the story because this would have been one of my favorite movies probably ever. And it absolutely would have been a full 10 out of 10 for me. But I definitely will be watching this movie again for the plot.
There's a guy who survived Hiroshima and Nagasaki at the same time.
How did you survive
So
that?
he survived 2 of them. Like, there's this guy, he was in I think he was in Hiroshima for like a business meeting.
Yeah.
And on the day he was about to leave, the US drops the bomb. And he was 2 miles away from it.
Damn.
Bro only left with like
He
minor
didn't get
injuries.
disintegrated?
No. 2 miles away, only minor injuries. Flies back to his family. Bro, the second bomb, as soon as he starts telling his family about Hiroshima, Nagasaki drops.
That's crazy bad luck though. That's crazy. Like, how do you go
2 times?
Like 2
But
times.
but that's not bad luck if he
Because
survived.
he survived both. Yeah. Nagasaki, he no injuries at all. Hiroshima, like, only minor.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
so did he end up dying any other way or
Yeah,
what?
stomach cancer, which sucks because he survived the craziest shit, but obviously he died by
How
gas
long
suck.
after?
No, he lived to an old man. Like 93 he died.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Crazy
Oh, so
though.
that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
That's like natural.
Yeah. Do you think there's such thing as that death chases you if you miss it? Do you think that's a thing?
Death chases you if you miss it.
you know the Final Destination movie where there was this accident they were supposed to die in, but they didn't. So because of that, everywhere else they go, death kind of follows them. Do you think that's a thing or no?
I don't think so.
No?
No, because I feel like I've heard stories where it's like, that's not the case. Like, they almost die one time and it's not following.
Everybody loves a road trip unless it's a one-way ticket to hell. I'm Chuck. I'd love to be your movie guy. Hit that like button. Give me a follow. And this is 5 road trip movies to hell that don't get spoken about enough. Downrange is about a group of friends that take a trip. They get stranded on the side of the road by a flat tire, and they are hunted systematically by a mysterious sniper. Listen, Downrange fucking rips. Bumper Cleef, also known as Tailgate, is about that asshole on the highway that everybody hates, and this is one man's consequences for riding on somebody's bumper and tailgating him. Tailgate absolutely fucking rips. An oldie but goodie, C. Thomas Howe in one of Rutger Hauer's finest performances. The Hitcher is about a young man going across country who is tormented by this psychopathic hitchhiker and framed for his crimes. Listen, I don't give a fuck if it's old. The Hitcher absolutely rips, and the remake was dog shit. Dead End is a low-key fucking banger about the Harrington family going to Frank Harrington's in-laws on Christmas Eve, and he decides to take a shortcut. Listen, this one has very dark black comedy. It's part psychological thriller. Ray Wise is magnificent in this movie. Dead End absolutely rips. I don't know if California is a horror movie for real, but it's fucking horrific. Brad Pitt, Juliette Lewis, David Duchovny. It's about this journalist couple that's touring cross country to go to serial killer sites. They meet this other couple, and not everybody is who they say they are. Listen, California is an absolute fucking banger that rips to the highest degree. I could not recommend it enough. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any of these or your own stories of your personal road trips to hell. I'm Chuck. I'd love to be your movie guy. Hit that like button. Give me a follow.
God damn it! God damn it! Hey! Hey! Stop! 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 Hey! No!
Go away. Don't come any closer.
All right, it's time to go south. Let's go.
It takes just 4 minutes to ruin Linton Wyrick's entire relationship. 4 minutes. His relationship is practically over. 4 minutes, and now Linton's girlfriend is in the hospital, concerned that all of this stress of her relationship being ruined is gonna harm their baby because she has been carrying Linton's baby for the past 7 months. Linton is this fitness online coach, quote, personal trainer and musician. That's his bio, okay? He's caught on video cheating on her. And this 4-minute video is as bad as it gets. It shows Linton standing up while a woman is in front of him, down on her knees, performing things on his body parts. Then she gets up and starts making out with him. Now, the strangest part is this video is not filmed with the camera on a tripod. Someone is holding the camera, walking around getting better angles. At one point, the cameraman even turns the camera to himself to show himself smoking what appears to be a joint. He comments, "This is a movie, innit?" while he films the woman getting up, making out, and then they start performing the full-on intimate act. Linton continues by grabbing the woman in the video by her neck. He's got both his hands around her neck, and then he starts kissing her neck, and the cameraman is rushing to get a better angle, and he comments, "Guys, we've made history. This is what I'm telling you." Then he gets the camera right up in her face, where it's clear that both the participants, Linton and this girl, this woman, know that they're being filmed, but they're so engrossed in the dirty deed that they don't even seem to care, even though Linton has a pregnant girlfriend back at home. Nobody cares. The cameraman then again shows himself, and he's smoking. There's clouds of smoke in this room. It does not appear to be an attempt at a professionally filmed X-rated video. I know the word cameraman makes it sound like they're trying to create a high-end film or something, but it's very weird. It's very homemade, if you will. Linton has his hands around her neck, and when they hear someone trying to come in, the cameraman slams the door shut again and says, give me a minute, just 1 second. And the cameraman proceeds to place his hand over this woman's mouth to keep her quiet. It's a very weird dynamic. So Linton is the one having intimate relations with her. The cameraman is blocking someone from entering through the door and then placing his hand on this woman's mouth to keep her from making noises. There's a lot going on.
Still doing it?
Yeah, they're still doing it, and I don't know who's trying to come in. Now, this goes on for 4 minutes. Now, like I said, a lot can happen in 4 minutes. Linton is sitting down at one point, and Linda is all over him, and the cameraman is just sitting directly in front of them, perhaps 2 feet away, filming, smoking, turning the camera on him to say, there's a movie in it, gangsters. You know you're a gangster, right? He's talking to Linton. No one's coming through that door, bro. I will fight them. No one's coming. Do your thing, bro. There's a giant bottle of baby oil on the table next to them, and he keeps saying, you know, we are family. This is how we live at Wandsworth.
What?
Wandsworth. Wandsworth, as in HMP Wandsworth, Britain's second largest prison located in South London. Linton is an inmate. The cameraman is his cellmate, and Linda, the woman that Linton is having sex with, is a prison guard.
See, I fucking do. No. Hey.
And it was just like, you know, Alright.
Oh my god! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you okay?
Yep, I'm fine.
The scariest horror movies to watch on Prime Video, but make sure you do it at your own risk. Now before we get into that, if you love all things horror, all things spooky just as much as I do, be sure to hit that follow button. Bait is an action-packed 3D shark movie. A tsunami just occurred and it submerged a grocery store. The tsunami leaves shoppers trapped inside of the grocery store, and they try to figure a way out to escape before they end up being lunch meat to a group of great white sharks. This movie is super fun, it's entertaining. Who doesn't love themselves a good shark movie? The Monster Project follows aspiring filmmakers who find 3 cast members who claim to be real-life monsters. They go to film in an abandoned mansion, and the production soon becomes a nightmare when these 3 cast members reveal their true forms. One's a skinwalker, one's a demon, and one's a vampire. This found footage horror movie gets really damn scary and creepy real quick. If you love you a good creature feature and a good found footage horror movie, this one's mixed together. Check this one out. Breaking Surface follows 2 sisters whose lives are put into danger when they take a dive on the remote part of the coast in northern Norway. A rockfall traps one of the sisters on the ocean floor, and now the 2 of them are in the race against time in order to save her. The ocean's a terrifying place, and this is just one terrifying situation to be put in. Like, if you gotta go out, this is one of the worst ways to go out. This movie is nail-biting, it's gripping, it's guaranteed to have you on the edge of your seat. Smile follows a sinister entity that targets its victims in the form of other people, but it has a smile on its face. It's like this disease you can't get rid of. It keeps coming after you, and it won't go away no matter what you do until it gets you. This movie has some of the best and some of the scariest jump scares that you'll see in recent years. The new one releases next month, so you might as well watch this one in order to prepare for that one. Nanny follows an immigrant who moved to the upper side of New York City in order to rebuild her life, and she's now nannying for a wealthy family there. However, she's forced to confront a concealed truth that threatens to shatter her American dream. This is referred to as one of the best Prime Video horror movies of all time. It's creepy, it's super eerie, it's suspenseful. Definitely check this one out.
Do you think country music, like frequency wise, is on a high level and like rock is on like the lowest level? Like if we were to rank frequencies of genres.
That's weird though, because there's so many different types of rock, right? Because there's like metal,
but let's
there's
go
like
general then.
Classical. You can't really generalize it. The reason I say that is because you could have psychedelic rock. That's probably like the highest. Yeah, that's literally made to trip on, right?
Yeah.
Let me take you down. And then you could have the shit like, you know what I mean? that's probably low frequency, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then you have in the between is like some Tame Impala shit, maybe. I don't know.
No, I feel like Tame Impala should
Is it
be
like
up
higher?
there. Yeah.
Because it's kind of vibier, right? I would say anything that you can catch a vibe to. No, we can catch a vibe to. Could you say you could catch a vibe to anything? Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
You personally, do you think you can catch a vibe to anything?
To anything?
Because I think I can. That's why.
Maybe not to anything.
Okay, so you can't.
Yeah, I can't.
I think I could. Nah, never mind. I'll agree with you. I don't think I could vibe with everything.
Yeah.
I disagree. Because there's certain things that are just like it goes against my morals and shit. You know what I mean?
That ass.
Like I'm not gonna go to a Uzi concert no more.
Bro, why do you...
When Jesus was in the tomb, and you know how he left the tomb because he came back to life.
Yeah.
There was a cloth that was folded and left on where he was resting, like his body was resting.
Yeah.
And scholars are wondering, why did the scripture specifically have to point out, and he left the cloth folded on a place of where he was sleeping? Check this out. So in Hebrew tradition, right, there's the servant and there's like obviously like the master. And usually what happens is the servant, when the master is eating, there would be a cloth. Now, if the master would fold the cloth and leave it on the table, the servant would clean up the whole table, but you would leave like what's being used by the master. Why? Because the folded cloth means he's coming back.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna return to the table.
Yeah.
So Jesus leaving the cloth means he's coming back.
Art the Clown just posted his phone number and he's daring people to call him or else. Well, that was all the convincing I needed. Let's call him and see what happens. All right, let's give him a call, put it on speaker. All right. I put my phone down and I just realized Art the Clown Venmo'd me a whole penny. I love me some good marketing, especially when it pays. Art the Clown, you can call me anytime. Mwah. Art the Clown, if you're listening, do you remember when we met? Do you remember when you shook my hand?
This lady was pure evil. During the early 1970s in Blackwater, Louisiana, there was a lady named Barbara Q who owned a bed and breakfast 15 miles off the nearest highway exit. She would keep fairly busy, typically having a few guests over every night, and was loved by everyone. She was also known for her famous beef stew that she would serve every morning. In September of 1972, a man named Ray Zenz was traveling for work and ended up stopping at Barbara's bed and breakfast for the night. When he checked in, Barbara asked him, "Does anybody know that you are here?" And Ray would reply saying no. That night while he was sleeping, he randomly awoke and saw the silhouette of Barbara at the end of his bed, and she was softly singing an old lullaby. But as soon as he turned on the lamp next to him, she lunged at him, but he escaped her grasp and ran out the room. He yelled and woke up everybody else, and then called the police. When they arrived, they questioned Barbara, and she strangely said, normally they don't fight back. Concerned about this, they fully investigated the property and found something horrific. Her so-called famous beef stew was in fact not beef.
Do you hear what happened with the Schoolboy 9 guy?
Oh, I heard about that, and somebody told me to talk about that.
Yo.
I don't know what happened, though. I didn't research it.
So, there's this guy, he goes by the name Schoolboy 9. And he's a TikToker, but he's posting this crazy... He pretty much wears, like, a mask to make him look like a child. Search it up right now.
Oh, I don't have TikTok.
No, just Google it. Or, put it on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
But he wears a face mask to make himself look like a boy. Wears boys' clothing. Yo, it's straight up nightmare fuel, though. It's like... It's dark web content, but it's on TikTok.
What is that?
It's a guy.
That's so
he's like
scary.
middle-aged. And what he does... He lurks around elementary schools and pretends he's a kid and pretends he's going to school and shit. Now,
what the
apparently there's a case that he's been stalking he's been stalking some kids that go to a certain elementary school. And supposedly there's a hacker that's on the hunt for him because he has some information that he might be doing some things to the kids. Making them
Probably.
victim.
Look at his content. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's definitely a predator.
So this hacker is taking upon himself to find his address. He knows the address, and he's gonna, you know, he's gonna try to do something.
As he should.
Apparently, he lives like really close to the school too, which is fucked up.
That's so scary.
You're so sick in the mind by doing that.
But what do you do if you see somebody on the street like that, though?
Like dressed like that. Listen, I'm not trying to get killed, so I'm gonna have to not.
And I feel like that's a normal reaction. That's why nobody's
gonna do it. Nobody's gonna like
the
handle it.
bystander effect.
Yeah, the bystander.
And you know
effect.
they say like Canada, Toronto in specific is really bad. For
Really
bystander.
bad, yeah.
We don't do anything, bro. We're so desensitized to everything. Like,
I know.